What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how XRP can make you a millionaire this cycle. We're also going to talk about how many XRP you need to become a millionaire and exactly where I think price is going to go. So without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. All right, so we're starting off on the one-day candlesticks. Now I want to show you what the majority of people are looking at first, and then we'll go into what I'm seeing on the charts and where I think XRP is going to go from here. So what a lot of people are seeing and a lot of people are thinking right now is this head and shoulders pattern. So you have a left shoulder right here, a head right here, and then a right shoulder right here. So a lot of beginner traders are going to be drawing this head and shoulders pattern and basically planning for XRP to break down. Why? Because there's a lot of bearishness in the news. There's a lot of reasons that people are choosing to be bearish on crypto right now, when really they should be focused on other things. So they're choosing to look for bearish patterns, especially since we haven't even broken below the neckline support level. So generally speaking, you don't even trade a head and shoulders pattern until you actually break below the neckline. And a lot of people don't know that. And because of that, they're going to be jumping the gun on getting bearish here on XRP. But let me show you what I'm personally seeing in the charts here. And actually what I see on XRP currently that a lot of people are not talking about is a triangle pattern. So here's our resistance levels and here is our support levels. Now we had a big breakout here in 2024 as we broke out from these lower levels at 50 cents all the way up to $3.33. So this really is the beginning of a new bull market here for XRP, and the trend is your friend. So you want to lean into that trend and trust that trend and use that trend to your advantage and buy all dips in that trend. And in this case, XRP is a perfect example of a dip buy opportunity inside of a new uptrend, with the first correction coming after a new uptrend starts. So this really is a good opportunity to pick up XRP at $2.50 before I believe we will break bullish out of this triangle. Obviously, we need to wait to confirm the pattern to break above the resistance of this triangle, but because the trend is your friend and we do have an increase in volume right here on the bullish breakout, that's a very strong sign that XRP is ready for more upside. And with that being said, we also see an expanded flat correction, which I have talked about in other videos. We have wave A right here, wave B up here, and wave C down here. So that's a perfect expanded flat correction. This kind of a pattern in the market has appeared over and over again with crypto. We see these expanded flats often, and they're a very good buying opportunity to pick up other people's fear because of the fact that a lot of people don't know about this pattern, and so they kind of get subjected to it. I mean, when the market looks like it's going to break out and then pulls back all the way back down to major support, you can imagine how a lot of people are going to be fearful. A lot of people are going to be panic selling their coins because they are expecting price to go lower. They expected it to break out, then it pulls back, so they think, oh, now it's going to go lower because it didn't do what I was expecting initially. And because of that, a lot of people sell right into the bottom of these expanded flat corrections. The reason it's expanded is because normally an ABC correction is zigzag, where the A wave comes down like this, the B wave actually comes up like this and does not expand out up above the top of wave 0. So this is what a normal zigzag correction looks like. And an expanded flat correction is where that B wave actually goes up above the top of wave 0, makes everybody FOMO buy, they get all excited, and then the whales dump onto everybody, then they all panic sell the bottom of wave C, and then the market completely recovers. So this is a common trick that the whales have been using for years now in the crypto markets to take your money. And what I'm telling you today, don't fall for it on XRP. That's exactly what the whales want you to do. They want you to freak out. They want you to panic sell your coins. They don't want you to be buying the dip.
They want you panic selling because then there's plenty of liquidity for them to put as much money in as they possibly can. So with that being said here with XRP, a lot of people are going to be leaning bearish. A lot of people are going to be wondering, are we going to go lower? Because of that expanded flat correction, because of the news, because of the world events going on right now, what I'm telling you guys to do is ignore all of that. Focus on the charts. Focus on the fact that we just broke out into a new bull market, and this is our first healthy correction in that new bull market for XRP, and we are very likely to go a lot higher here before XRP is done with this bull market. We've been accumulating for a very long time. As we break out into the bull market, after an 8-year accumulation, you can imagine just how big that bull market really is going to be. So don't jump the gun on trying to say XRP is going to go lower here when we just barely broke out bullish after an 8-year long accumulation. And to look at that accumulation a little bit here, you can see just how long and how brutal this was. This is exactly how the whales take your money. If you want to make a lot of money, then study the way the whales think. And the whales use two things to squeeze people out of the markets. Number one, time. Time squeezes so many people out of the market because they're not willing to be patient enough for a breakout. And because of that, they sell right before the breakout happens because they've been waiting for so long they can't wait any longer. Number two is price. If they can drop the price low enough, like they did here on XRP from $3.29 down all the way down to 16 cents, then people are going to panic sell. People are going to get out of the market. They're going to give up on the market because the price has fallen so hard, they can't take the pain any longer. So those are the two pain sources that most people fall victim to when they're trying to trade and invest in these markets because they're not patient enough and it's too painful to wait long enough for the breakout. And number two, they aren't able to hold through big corrections or they don't take profits. And so the pain is too much when the market drops down and they can't handle it going any lower. So they panic sell on the bottom. And you guys, it's not just crypto that does this. If you go study big companies, even Apple Computers, for example, or Nvidia, and you go look at their early day cycles, imagine how many people gave up on Apple Computers when this thing basically chopped around. I mean, it went up a little bit right here, but overall this thing was going sideways since 1980 until 2003. Okay, so you're talking about like 20 plus years of sideways action where people would have given up on the market purely because they weren't patient enough to wait for the big breakout that everybody was promised. Right? So you have to understand this is a common way that markets squeeze people out of the market because they simply cannot exercise enough patience to hold on through these big accumulations. But once the actual breakout starts, yes, there is some big corrections like this right here. This is a lot like the correction we just saw on XRP actually. But once the actual breakout happens after those big accumulations, then you get a lot of vertical action and the market tends to lead into an uptrend, and those uptrends are going to be powerful. And you're going to want to buy every dip you possibly can in those uptrends because of the fact that they're going to continue up. The trend is your friend. Buy every dip you possibly can. Another really, really good example of the market squeezing people out because of time is Nvidia. If you look at Nvidia here, look how many years Nvidia went sideways. Yes, it was going up sometimes, but it was also going down sometimes. This thing went sideways for 16 years before it started its bull market. Then once it started its bull market, the sky was the limit. There was big corrections along the way up, just like we saw on XRP recently, but all of them were bought back up and the market continued to go higher and higher. This is what I really see coming for XRP. Even a simple comparison of these two charts quickly shows exactly what I'm talking about here, where we have multiple years of accumulation on XRP on the bottom and multiple years of accumulation with NVIDIA up here on the top. And once we broke bullish here with NVIDIA, you can see, like I said, the sky was the limit. Yes, there was big corrections along the way up, just like there will be with crypto, but the bull market started, and once it started, you did not want to fight that trend. So make sure that as these bull markets start, you're training yourself to think in terms of buying the dip, because as you buy the dips in those bull markets, you're going to be setting yourself up for massive success. Now, just how high can XRP go, right? Like, how high will this coin actually end up going? Well, that's where I'm telling you guys today exactly how many XRP you need to make your first $1 million this cycle. So the exact number that you guys need, I'll tell you in just a second. But first, let's calculate our Fibonacci targets and get a general idea of just how high XRP could go. Now, technically, this is a minimum target. So don't be surprised if XRP exceeds even my highest target. But I don't want to be too exaggerated in my targets. And I do want to play it somewhat conservatively, at least so that most people don't get wrecked, right? I don't want anybody to buy the top. I don't want people to think it's going to go higher than it does. So I am playing a little bit conservative because I see some people posting $1,000 per XRP, $500 per XRP. So let's talk a little bit about what my personal target is, right? So my personal target for XRP this cycle is upwards of $22 per coin. That's the 6618 Fibonacci level. And according to the way these markets expand, when they break out into new bull markets, you can see here with NVIDIA, NVIDIA went way higher than that. It went way higher than the 6618 level in relation to its accumulation cycle. But like I said, I don't want you guys to think it's going to go up forever. And I do want to play it somewhat conservatively so nobody gets racked up there. So if XRP does hit $22 per coin this cycle, like I think it will, you guys only need 45,454 XRP tokens to make your first $1 million. And that might seem like a lot to some of you. Maybe you guys don't have that kind of money to invest, but that's not that much money to make $1 million. The opportunity in crypto is insanely high. Yeah, 45,000 XRP tokens is not something everybody's going to be able to do, but it's realistic. It's reasonable. It's something I can confidently say there's a high probability that XRP does go to $22 at least this cycle. And I can say with a high degree of confidence that the formula for making $1 million this cycle on XRP is to at least get 45,000 tokens. If you guys can do that, then you're set up to make your first $1 million this cycle. And I firmly believe that. And so that's kind of what I'm watching for based on the charts here with XRP. Be watching that 6618 level. By the way, it could go much higher than this. As you can see, NVIDIA here went way higher than the 6618 level. In fact, it's still uptrending and it's already past like the 17618 level. So I am trying to be conservative here. When you do get a new technology that is being mass adopted, that's when these big S curves happen, where price goes astronomically high and breaks above old all-time high levels, continues into price discovery, and blows people away. That's because of mass adoption. That's where you get that S-curve structure where the price continues to increase because the demand doesn't stop. That's what I firmly believe is coming for XRP this cycle, is a mass adoption phase for crypto. Everything in the charts over the past 8 years have been preparing for that type of a growth. So it is possible that XRP goes over $22 this cycle. But for me personally, I don't want you guys to buy the top. I don't want you guys to get too excited. and too uber bullish and think it's going to go up forever. So I'm personally picking $22 as my target for XRP. But I don't want you guys to think that it's going to stop there, because it could go higher. This is why you have to scale out of the market, because nobody knows how high it's going to go. It's just the truth. Nobody knows exactly how high it's going to go. And nobody even knows for sure if the bull market is going to get us that high. But I'm fairly confident we will. Everything in the chart is set up for that type of a growth. And so for me personally, that's what I'm betting my money on, where I think XRP will go and where I'm telling you guys in this video to expect price to go. So with that being said, when we do get this breakout, it will be very vertical, very impulsive, very much like this breakout on Nvidia. And a lot of people are going to miss it. A lot of people are going to miss out because they're focused on the wrong things. A lot of people, again, are focused on all of the things that are taking them away from having a sound mind in the face of opportunity. Because that's what we have here, is a massive opportunity for people to make a lot of money in this bull market. But not if you're focused on the wrong things. Not if you let the whales trick you and take your money. You have to be focused on the right things and be focused on the big picture growth that is coming here for crypto. By the way, there was a lot of spooks for Nvidia along the way up here. Before we got up to the 6618 level, we even had a huge correction right here, and then the market went higher. So when you have these corrections in the bull markets, when you're starting a new bull market, when you're breaking out into a new bull market, there's going to be corrections, and people are going to get irrational during those corrections, and you have to learn how to ignore that and just focus completely on the charts and prepare for a big breakout again, because the trend is your friend, and most all of those corrections are going to be bought back up, even the big ones, and it's just going to continue to go up until there's finally no longer juice left, right? One of the sure signs of this bull market, and I'm on Bitstamp here so you can't see all of the volume, but this is institutional volume. This is billions and billions of dollars that have been going into the crypto markets over the past 8 years, while big institutions have been preparing, building the infrastructure, building everything they need to send this market to the moon. They have everything they need to send it to the moon. They've got it all set up perfectly. They're invested into these markets, the big institutions that are accumulating all these cryptos. They've got everything ready to moon this market, to send it straight to the moon. And the volume is a sure sign of that. So be prepared for that type of growth and for that type of mass adoption coming in crypto. And when it does happen, by the way, it's going to be sustained. It's going to keep going higher and higher and higher. Why? Because the big institutions have been preparing for this for 8 years. And if you guys want to make the most money, you have to accept that as truth. You can't, again, be focused on the wrong things. Focus on the right things. Focus on the charts. Focus on those things that are going to help you make the right decisions at the right time. And right now, in my personal view of the markets, the best possible thing you could be doing is buying as much crypto as humanly possible. So yeah, get ready for a big breakout here on XRP. If you don't have any XRP, I invite you guys to go look at it, to go look into it, to get yourself some XRP and prepare for a massive expansion in this market. So yeah, $22 per XRP is my personal target this cycle. Super, super excited about that level. I do think we will get there without a problem. We could go higher than that. If we do get there, you guys only need 45,000 of these tokens to make $1 million. All right. So that gives you an idea of just how profitable the crypto markets are and just the opportunity that we have right in front of our face. So don't miss it. Don't look back later and say, man, I was that guy that could have bought XRP at $2.50. Don't look back later and say I was that person that could have bought a bunch of crypto down here, but I didn't. It was obvious it was going to take off. Everybody was talking about it. It was getting mass adopted. Presidents were talking about it. But what did you do? You waited because you were focused on the wrong things. Don't be that person. All right? Do the right thing. Make the right choice. And you'll be glad that you did. I can pretty much promise you that. Obviously I don't have a crystal ball, but I can pretty much promise you that if you put money into crypto, you're going to be glad that you did. So yeah, that's my update on XRP. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. Get ready for big things coming in this market, and don't give up. Continue to accumulate and be prepared for the biggest crypto bull market in human history.
Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, stay profitable out there.